Hello friends, I hope you are fine. So let me begin with my class. So before beginning with the class, I want to say you that this is the last topic of this chapter and also the last topic of archaeological sources of history. And after finishing the topics, I will go through the points which I have discussed in my previous video. So the last point of archaeological sources of history is other objects and artifacts. Archaeological sources also includes many other objects and artifacts found during excavations such as tools used by people in the past, pieces of pottery, sculptures, painting, ornaments, etc. Here it says that archaeological sources includes the means the artifacts that were found during excavation means while digging and the tools which people used for making means for using for different purposes then pieces of pottery, sculptures, paintings, ornaments, etc. Such man made objects found at archaeological sites are called artifacts means the people who made objects that were found on the archaeological sites are called artifacts. If anything was broken, who have reinvented, they are called artifacts. They tell us more about who created them and when they were made. Archaeologists also study plant remains, animal bones, and food grains buried underground and found at different sites. Here it is said that artifacts also tells that when they were made and how they were made, who created it. And archaeologists studies plant remains, animal bones, and food grains buried under and found at different sites. Now I want to say you a fact. The fact is Flavio, an Italian Renaissance humanist historian, was one of the first historians to use a three-tier division of history: ancient, medieval, modern, and is also known as one of the first archaeologists. So the important points are first prehistory. Prehistory is that period about which we do not get any information in writing. The second is what is history? History is a systematic record of the past events. Third topic is why is it important to study history? It is important to know our past because past helps us to know how early men gradually dealt with all difficulties. Then I have said you the first 4 points. The first is history provides us information about different societies and behaviors of the people. Second is the past leads to present and the present leads to future. Third is history provides a basic understanding about how the family has interacted with larger historical changes. The fourth is through the study of history, a student builds experience in dealing with and assessing various kinds of evidence. The fourth point which I have discussed was the dwelling of early men. Early men did not have permanent settlements and they lived near the banks of river Narmada for several years. And also they collected food, they reared animals, and rice was first grown to the north of Vindas. And cities have flourished. Some cities have developed on the banks of river Ganga and its tributary. The sixth point which I have said you is how to count dates. Here I have said that the birth of Jesus Christ is a focal point from which we count dates. Then I said you if an event happened 500 years, we say it as 500 BC, and if an event happened after 500 years of birth of Jesus Christ, we say it as AD. And BC stands for before Christ, AD stands for Anno Domini, means in the year of the Lord. Also I said CE and BC, Common Era, and before Common Era I also use in place of AD and BC. The 8 points which I have discussed was the name of the land. Here I have said you that our country was known by different names: Hindustan, India, and Bharat. The word India came from Indus. The word Indus came from the original Sanskrit name of the river called Sindhu. Iranians and Greek who entered through the northwest called it the Hindus or the Indus, and those who came from the land of the east of the river called it as India. And Greek called India. The Greek people later on called it India, and the Persian people called it as Hind. And Hind became Hindustan. The name Bharat or Bharatvarsha was given after an ancient clan tribe, the Bharatas. The ninth point which I have discussed was the sources of history. Here I have said you There were two sources of history, literary and archaeological. And to know the sources of history, we have to learn about the events from the past from different sources. In literary sources of history, I have said you all written works are known as literature, and literary source is very important as they tell us about the social, political, and economic conditions of that time. And while writing, it was transferred from one person to another person orally before writing. Then I have discussed about the archaeological sources of history, where I have said you this includes monuments, coins, sculptures, painting, weapons, poetry, ornaments, and all other objects or artifacts which were created in the past. Then again I discussed literary sources in means I have described. Here I have said that literary sources includes all written and non-written works or old text containing information about our past. The first point under literary sources of history, I have said you about sacred and secular texts. Sacred texts were literary sources that deals with religious subjects, and secular texts were the texts which focused on the subjects of social, political, and economic importance and had a little link with religion are called secular texts. Then I have discussed about the indigenous and foreign literature. Literary texts written in the past by the people of our country are called indigenous literature, and texts written by the foreigners who visited India at different points of the times and recorded their experiences are collectively known as foreign literature. Then I have discussed about the archaeological sources of history, which I said archaeology is the scientific study of the materials remain of the past that are discovered through digging or excavations. In archaeological sources of history, I have described about monuments. Monuments and structures found during the excavation at various sites tell us about the conditions of the times during which they were built. And these monuments were in such as temples, stupas, palaces, and private houses which were erected for religious or social purposes. Discuss about coins. Coins give information on the social and economic conditions of a country. The third point of archaeological sources of history is inscriptions. Inscriptions were another important means of recording information during the past. Lastly, in this video, I have explained about other objects and artifacts. Archaeological sources also include many other objects and artifacts found during excavations, such as tools used by the people in the past, pieces of poetry, sculptures, painting, ornaments, and etc.